Hello guys, welcome back to another Lumley trading video. In this one we are going to be doing some in-depth stock analysis, technical analysis over on Rite, ticker RAD. Now I wanted to do some analysis on this. Yes, it did close down about 5.5% on the Friday, down at its 52-week lows, but what is quite key is a level that we're going to be coming into. So obviously we've got the big psychological $2 level coming up. Now with Rite, it is usually quite a clean move off these psychological levels. You can see the 250 hit that, quite a nice bounce, definitely a big move. But what is quite clear on Rite is if it doesn't work right away, you can see the $3 for example, if it doesn't really work right away, it's probably not going to work at all. So that's just one of those things to be a bit more careful of. Maybe have quite a tight stop if you're looking to play this potential move at the whole $1 to $2 level, because if it goes down by probably 5 or so cents, it's probably not going to work. So that'll be the way if I look to play it, it'll probably be through that. But again, I probably won't buy outright shares. If the options are liquid, I'll probably trade it through options, but that's about all I'm looking at on Rite. Now, if we break further down, what are the key supports? So from a deviation perspective, we got the 125 and the 30 cents. Obviously, 30 cents are very unlikely, probably not going to be hit. But if we do break the 2, that 125 definitely possible. It's probably going to be something actually I look a bit more at using like on the investment portfolio. Maybe if we can come down to this kind of low, I wouldn't mind just buying some up. Obviously, still a bit of risk in it because if any stock is down, you know, from $12 down to 2, there is always still some concern. So it's not like I'd be putting a large amount of the portfolio in there, but you know, maybe like 1%, maybe 2 at a push of it, because you know that would be, you know, you're going to have a risk of losing a high portion of it, but if it does go the other way, you'll probably make at least a few 100% gains on it. So that's probably what I'll be looking to do. But again, to do that, I don't really want so much to stop on it. That's why I'd probably not be looking at it from a trade perspective, but definitely an investment. Now, obviously, there can still be a trade at this 125 area. But again, on these kind of stocks, usually we talk about these small cap kind of pump and dump stocks. When they're at these kind of lows, I only like to day trade them, and the reason for that is I don't want to be holding them overnight because they're so volatile. Now, Rite isn't so much a pump and dump. I mean, it's a big established company, so it's not so much that same thought process. You probably won't see it move that 30% in a day, and it probably won't be that volatile. But if it does come down to that 125, you know, it does have options, so it may be something I look to hold. You know, long bias might get long some shares or options, but if I do take it long shares, again, I still want to be hedged because any stock that falls down, you know, 90% in a year can easily continue to fall. It doesn't matter if it's an established company, whether it's a pump and dump, they can always drop further. So it's all about protection. And the way I put, or why I prefer, if I'm buying it as a swing, if I'm buying, say, shares, and I'm hedging with a put, I like doing it like this because then I don't so much need a stop on it. I can just, you know, the put is your stop. You'll know your defined risk, and so that's probably the way I look to trade it if I do on Rite. But again, I might even just get some outright calls or credit or debit spreads. Again, just always depends on kind of the premiums coming in to the level. Now, if we push higher, resistances would be 430 going on to $5.20. If we break higher, I'm looking at 640. $7.15, $8 and $9. Now obviously some of these levels are very far off. I mean, they're kind of just there so you can see them, but really the main focus I think will be more the supports, and if we did push to the upside, that 430 would definitely be something I'm paying attention to. But overall, I think the main kind of thing to be watching now is how do we react at this $2 level. Can we get that bounce again? That's more than likely, so I'll be probably looking to trade that, and then really I'll be quiet on the stock until it can either come down to that 125 or it can push back up to around that 430. Now, just as a heads up, between the ranges of 230 and 320, this is an area I don't like to trade the stock, and the reason for that is that is statistical mean between the 6-month and the 1-year chart. So trading within this range, if I'm trading strictly off technicals, you're just taking a lot of risk really, because this is fair value. So if I'm trading from a technical perspective, it's a lot more of a gamble on direction coming out of this level, and that's why I don't trade within this level. The only time I really use this level is maybe as a trade too. For example, if I took it long at $2, my kind of final target would be 233, and then I would be looking to get completely out of the trade, just because again it goes into a gamble once we enter that range. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the breakdown on Rite. If you did, why not drop a like and subscribe and check out this analysis video.